When a narcissist insults you, it's not about your feelings, and it's not personal. It's a test. But there's a way to stop the damage before it starts. One response that keeps you grounded, protects your power, and leaves them exposed without giving them anything to use against you. I've spent the last 20 years studying self-worth and narcissistic relationships. As a coach, author, and survivor, I teach simple systems to help you protect your power in any situation. In this video, I'll show you 3 ways to respond. Each one protects your power, and the last one, it's a single line that makes them regret ever coming for you. You know that moment when someone insults you, but they do it with a smile? Say you're at lunch with someone who always finds a way to put you down. They tilt their head and say, "Wow, you're really gonna eat all that?" Then they laugh and it's framed as a joke, and maybe you freeze for a second and your mind starts spinning. Am I overreacting? Should I say something? So first, let's pause. This isn't about your food, your weight, or your insecurities. This is a dominance test. It's about establishing control through humiliation while pretending nothing happened. It's mockery with plausible deniability, designed to spark self-doubt and reestablish their dominance. They need to feel superior, and the easiest way to do this is to make you act inferior. The narcissist is testing whether they can push you down in the social hierarchy, and whether you're going to accept that lower position without pushing back. So once you understand that this is a dominance test, you will never fail it. But to use this tool, you have to be in the right headspace. If you're still looking for their approval, or hoping to fix the misunderstanding, or generally just feeling insecure, it'll be really difficult to pull this one off, because this response requires you to assert your dominance. It requires you to know that you're already in the stronger position. They wouldn't be doing this if they didn't feel threatened by you, and this is their attempt to level the field or to tip it in their favor. So if you're in the right headspace, what you do when they try to cut you down is you don't flinch. You let it hang for a beat and then stay calm and amused and say, "Ah, were you trying to insult me?" It's effective because you're not questioning their words. You're questioning the attempt. You're mocking the fact that they even tried. It puts them in the one-down position without raising your voice, defending yourself, or playing their game. I called this one the Shiv. It's named after Siobhan Roy from Succession because when someone tries to cut her down, she does not flinch. There's no defense, no reaction, just calm, amused authority.
What if I go public with this full court press? Incredibly embarrassing for you.
Yeah, but the thing about us, Mark, and you should know this by now, we don't get embarrassed.
That's exactly the move you're making here, channeling your inner Shiv Roy. Anytime that you refuse to submit to a narcissist, you do need to be ready for escalation. If they couldn't take the power they wanted, they might try harder. You don't need to be afraid of that, you just need to stay grounded. And if they do escalate, there's a better move you can make. But before I show you that next move, if you've ever walked away from a conversation feeling manipulated, powerless, or just plain confused, maybe you've been burned by someone you trusted and now you're questioning everything. If that's you, I have something for you. I've poured months into creating a brand new training, and I'm beyond excited to finally share this with you. In this 5-day training, you're going to learn how to spot danger before it's too late, how to protect yourself from manipulation, and finally, how to feel in control of your life again. Start now by downloading my free Narcissist Protection Checklist. It's your first step to safety and empowerment. Plus, you'll get exclusive early access to the training before it's available to anyone else. Spots will be limited, so don't miss your chance to secure yours. Okay, so back to that lunch scenario. Let's say the narcissist doubles down. You didn't play along the first time, so now they're going to try again. Louder, meaner, and more pointed. Maybe they say something like, "Oh, wow, okay, sensitive and defensive. That explains a lot." This is where most people will start to defend or explain or overcompensate or try to smooth things over, and that's the trap. Because now the narcissist isn't just insulting you, they're trying to pull you into a dynamic where they provoke and you justify. They want to see if they can push a button and get you to give them what they want. At this point, this is no longer simply a dominance test. This is now an attempt to extract narcissistic supply. They're constantly hunting for supply, time, attention, and energy. For them, supply isn't just a want, it's a need. Their identity relies on external reinforcement, so they seek out people who will play along. They need your emotional energy to keep their inflated self-image intact, and if they can get you to react or justify or explain, you become that source. So what do? You don't respond. You hold eye contact. You stay calm and still as if nothing happened. I call this one the Draper after Don Draper from Mad Men because when someone tries to provoke him, he doesn't flinch, no words, no shift in posture, no reaction at all.
May I join you?
Yankee, hey, go home.
Sei un America millionaire.
È vecchio. Che pure è brutto.
Are they making fun of me?
That's exactly what this move is. You stay calm and still, you hold eye contact, you give them nothing. No emotional reaction, no explanation, no performance, just grounded silence that holds your power and starves theirs. This works because it completely cuts off their supply. They get none of your resources, no emotional reaction, no internal processing that they can sense, no shame, no energy, no words. There's nothing here for them to feed on. And that emptiness is what exposes them. It breaks the dynamic they're trying to create. Their power relies on your response, and you're not giving them anything to work with. At the same time, you're not stepping down. You're not giving in. You're holding your position without performing, explaining, or reacting, and that ends the interaction. To pull this off, you have to be very steady, emotionally still, and completely unhooked. If they still don't get what they want from you, if the silence doesn't work in their favor, they may shift tactics again. They might start guilt tripping or playing the victim or pushing even harder. And that's where you need a different kind of response. Let's say the silence doesn't stop them. You've said nothing, you've stayed calm, and you've held your position, but now they're trying harder. At this point, they might shift tactics and look around to see who's watching. They might say something like, wow, okay, I didn't realize that lunch came with a side of attitude. This is a different type of test. It's a test to see if they can use social advantage against you, whether they can position themselves as the one who's calm, clever, funny, while making you look unstable, uptight, or difficult. Even if no one else is around, this is a performance. Narcissists don't need a real audience. They already have one in their head, and they're playing to this imaginary panel, the people who would side with them, laugh with them, or look down on you. They're testing whether they can boost their status by lowering yours, whether they can provoke you into reacting, then use that reaction to gain social points, even if it's just in their imagination. It's not just about getting a reaction anymore. It's about using performance, shame, and group dynamics to rise above you. It's an insult, a victim plea, and public humiliation wrapped into one comment designed to elevate themselves in social hierarchy and force you out of your position of power. This isn't always calculated. It's not like they're going down this little checklist thinking, okay, now let's play the victim. But they've spent their entire lives learning what works. Greg Hartley, from one of my favorite YouTube channels, The Behavior Panel, often says the organism does what made the organism successful. And that's exactly what's happening here. They're using social advantage to secure power. They're trying to elevate themselves in a social hierarchy by forcing you into a lower position. They're reframing the interaction to cast themselves as the victim and you as the problem. And it's about dominance, status, and control. And they're using perception to get it. And this is the moment that you can take everything back. You don't raise your voice. You don't defend yourself. You don't explain. You say, you're embarrassing yourself. Here's why this works. They're trying to rise in the social hierarchy by putting you beneath them, and this line puts them beneath you. They're trying to provoke a reaction so they can paint you as unstable. This line gives them no emotion, just calm, observational truth. They're trying to make themselves look clever, calm, or victimized, and this line reframes their behavior as weak, attention-seeking, and pathetic. They're hoping others, real or imagined, will see you as the problem, and this line makes them look like the one who's losing composure. They're performing to gain social leverage, and this line cuts that performance off at the source by refusing to play along and exposing it for what it is. The narcissist is performing for an audience, real or imagined, and they expect you to stay inside that scene they've created, to play your role without questioning it. But when you say you're embarrassing yourself, you break the fourth wall. It's like when Jim Halpert looks straight at that camera from The Office.
I thought we agreed that we wouldn't do things like this.
Tube City, you owe me one.
You step out of the scene, you name the absurdity, and you make it clear that you see exactly what's going on. You're not just talking to them, you're talking to the audience that they've constructed, even if it's only existing in their head. And once you've acknowledged that this is a performance, they can't keep playing the scene they wanted, and the dynamic falls apart. You're embarrassing yourself is not emotional and it's not defensive. It holds your position and makes your authority known. So this response puts them in the role that they were actually trying to force you into. It establishes the truth of the interaction without giving them anything. It's a direct reversal of the entire power play, and it ends the exchange with you still in control. Thanks for watching. YouTube thinks you're going to like this video. That one on the screen right there. Yep, that's the one. Click it to learn even more about spotting narcissists, protecting yourself against manipulation so that you can live the life that you deserve. Okay, I'll see you over there. Bye.